Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I think I will be talking about something a little bit more, how do I call it? Happier, more optimistic, I would say. My other video is probably a little less optimistic, but I mean, people have a hard time having a cognitive ability to dissect harder topics, so I think that's a good thing. But in this video, we'll be talking about finality and the ability to let go. So, people who know me know I have a problem with certain things in my past that have happened a long, long time ago. But it stays in my mind. It stays in my mind a lot. And I tend to either bring it up a lot, or I tend to just think about it a lot. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's for a doctor to decide. But currently, it doesn't make me sad when I think about it. It more so, it perplexes me. But back to the topic, finality. What is finality? So finality is the fact that all things end, all things do not stay good. All things do not stay as they are. They either change or they end, and that's the unfortunate fact of life. I hate to say it like that, like I'm just some sort of uncaring mother or father that or caretaker in general that just says like, oh, that's just life. That's a horrible answer to give to a child, and unfortunately I see that in too many real world occurrences. Yes, finality is the fact that things do end. There's a conclusion to everything, whether it takes 2 to 3 years, it's in a secret manner, or happens instantly. Everything has a conclusion. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, two things. One, I just watched the new Ghostbusters movie. Well, new to be relative. It's the newest one that just came out. I'm a big Ghostbuster fan. I've watched the first one, the second one. Watched the animations when I was a kid. I watched the newer one, 2016, I believe, with the women in it. And I'm not gonna say it's bad, but because I like the animations. It was fun. It was funny, but I will say that it wasn't what Ghostbusters is, in my opinion. And I watched the new one though, just the new one that just came out, like in December, I think. And if none of you know about Harold Ramis, or Egon Spangler in the film, he died in 2014, I believe, and that impacted me when I was younger. I loved that movie. That was somebody I looked up to, and it crushed me. Like Bill Murray, I love, one of my favorite actors. He's a weird person to work with, and but he is one of my favorite actors. He plays himself in most of his movies. It's just that was a great film with a lot of personality, and this new movie finally gave it finality. And you're probably thinking, get on with it, get on with the point. Well, this fact of finality I realized while watching the movie. We all live it, and not a lot of people can really cope with it. Not a lot of people can really go with the flow of finality. Sometimes they don't want it to end. Sometimes they don't want something to come to an end as quick as it does. Sometimes people want it to end faster than usual. And the point is, it's not, unfortunately, it's not what you want in most situations. It's what the situation entails that you have to look at. So, for instance, this is a more personal thing that has happened to me recently, and it's a very unfortunate thing. But my dog is very sick. He's sick to the point where he scratches himself constantly, and he's losing hair, and he's bleeding from his scratching. It's very sad to see. It's very self-destructive, and it's I don't know what to do about it. We got him medicine, and he is recently, and he is healing. But two things. One, apparently the medicine's very, very expensive, and it runs us a lot of money just to get one bottle of it. And two, he's very old already, and old things, old people tend to die quickly. And I hate to put it flat like that, but I've come to finality recently of my own thing that, yes, he is my dog, and yes, I love him, but not everything anything can be taken out of this world as much as quickly as it was brought in, and anything can be taken out even quicker. So why do I bring this up? Well, it made me realize that in our life, our work, our relationships, our family, our homework, our schooling, anything can be taken out as quick as you don't realize. It could be taken out in a blink of an eye. You won't realize what you have until it's almost gone, or till it's already gone. And I also realized that with my own dog. He's not dead yet, but emphasis on the yet. And I can't see him. Well, I can see him, but I can't see him constantly because I'm at a dorm currently, and it's hard, always putting my mind on, will he be okay? I hope he's okay. I don't know what to do. Can I do anything? I have no idea. But right now I guess he's in a good condition, where he's recovering. And this sense of finality came over that, I love him. And I love, and again, back to the Ghostbusters, I loved Harold Ramis, but these two situations are different. One, unfortunately, Harold Ramis has passed away, and I've come to finality that, one of my heroes is gone. So I have to take that information and process it in a cognitive way that I can use to help myself in the future. With that being said, what do I do with that information? We'll go into that later. And the second situation with my dog, he's not dead yet, but he's sick and he's deteriorating. And with that information, I can't use that in the future. All I can use that with right now is to help my own emotional state. I can't use that in a self-destructing manner. That's not what he would want, and that's not what I would want. So I must use that information in a self-helping way, self-healing way that will help me move forward with his unfortunate passing in the future. And it's an unfortunate fact that I have to go with, but these are the facts. Anyway, back to the first situation with the information after the fact to help myself. This can be with a relationship. This can be with a bad test grade. Whatever. From very mild to extreme. What can you do with this information? How does this help you? One of your heroes, one of your, friends or family, or, yourself, you let yourself down. What can you do with this information? It's just going to hurt you. Well, no. Same thing with depression, since, like I've said before, These things actually can help you if you use them in the right way. If you use these thoughts, these ideas of how can I better myself? How can I make myself better in a less extreme but more sensitive way, more emotional, more human way, you can definitely better yourself. So when, instead of blocking yourself from all negative emotions, so blocking out all those emotions after coping in a really bad way, because you don't want to become just a robot. Cry. Realize that it's okay to cry, and realize that letting out emotion is, people might make fun of you for it, but realize that is an okay thing to do, and it's a human thing to do, and it will help you in your future by having an outlet, not having your emotions, your thoughts pent up. Having an outlet for these things will give you ideas, inspiration, motivation to keep going, not just end everything there. Another thing you can do with this information is help other people. Other people will go through the same experiences as you, whether they have a pet, or one of their heroes is gone, or one of their family is gone, or they got into an accident and they're shooken up. Any of this information that you experience can be helped and converted into their own thoughts and ideas, and they too can also have this motivation to keep going. These ideas of emotional, how do I say it? This emotional outlet that it's okay to cry. That's okay to show these emotions. It's even okay to get angry. I'd rather somebody come up to me, say it's a friend, and say I did something mean to them. I'd rather them come up to me and say, "You've pissed me off," than keep it inside and passively aggressively express this. It's a lot harder to deal with, and it's just more self-destructive because you're keeping it in, and it's like a steam in a volcano or like a train. You're condensing it all into one little tube, and it'll explode one day, and that's not good. So let's just wrap this up. So finality. It happens to everything. It happens to your bag of chips. It happens to your computer. It happens to your it happens to your loved ones, unfortunately. It happens to your relationships, unfortunately. Whether it's a good finality or a bad finality, it still happens. To yourself. Let me just put this in a more metaphysics way. Everything has an end. There's an end of time. There's an end of everything, because everything will end at a moment. Nothing's infinity. Everything ends. Even math. Yes, there's a quote unquote math infinity, but it ends at a point. We don't conceive it an ending because we don't actually know the ending. So, anyway, that's just a little tangent, I guess. Everything ends. You can't conceive the ending, and I can't conceive the ending, but there's an end. And just like finality, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel to whatever problem, to whatever expression outlet you need, to whatever issue it's going on in your life. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always an end. Please look forward to it. And this finality can help you with your problems. There will always be finality. There will always be a conclusion. To your relationships, one of your friends has screwed you over, or said something mean to you, and you really are upset by that. Show that emotion. Come up to them and explain to them why you don't like that. And there's always a finality. It's with the information that comes to your head and what you do with it in a more productive and conclusive way. Quick and easy. Don't let it ride. That is how this good finality will come. I hope this helped. I'm not really sure what I talked about, really. I just kind of went off today. It was just more of a more personal, emotional video. But I hope this helped you. And if you're in that dark place right now, or if you're in a good place, know that it will unfortunately and fortunately end. Be prepared for the end. And be prepared for a new beginning. Because everything stops, but a new thing will always begin. Thank you. If you have any more ideas, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. And have a good rest of your week.